Hey everybody, sorry we had a little technical difficulties here. We couldn't get the audio working, so we're a little bit late. But I don't know, anybody here interested in learning how you could make a little bit of money over the next 36 months? Got a special guest today with me, Paulo Barroso. Paulo, are you there?
I'm here, man. I appreciate you for actually inviting me to your webinar to speak to speakers. You know, we've done this before, by the way.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to be here and speaking to your peeps and to your followers, and to inspire them and just hopefully teach them something that they don't already know, or maybe they do, but they need to be reminded of, and just share my experience. And I'm happy to be here. So thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're very welcome, Paulo. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of kick it off a little bit with, so Lori probably be here shortly. She's picking our son up, so she may jump in at some point. But our goal is to, we're here to help 1,000 people get their breakthrough and make their financial independence. That's our goal. So we think with the programs we got here, that's going to give people the shot they need to get rolling and help them get their breakthrough. So that's one of the reasons I brought Paulo on. I just want to, so recently, within the last actually 2 weeks, I happened to jump on a webinar that Paulo was on, and he introduced me to something that I hadn't known about before, and it's really changed my business completely around. And I'm very, very grateful for that, Paulo. It's made a huge impact in our business. I'm going to share some stats with you. I don't know that you're aware of this yet, Paul. Some of the stuff, but maybe not all of it. So to date, and this has only been within the last couple weeks, we've added over 650 people have opted into our autoresponder. So 650 people added to our list. And of that, we've had 170 sales in the front end.
That's crazy.
Funnel. So it's been phenomenal. And dollar-wise, this is as of today. We've already made, just in the last 2 weeks, $828.
Nice, dude. That's incredible. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, we've got traffic all geared up to ready to go anytime now. So that's only gonna.
And this is what I keep hearing from people in my team as well, just telling me on every. I can't say on a daily basis, but every other day I get an email. Every other day I get a call or a Skype message to say, Paolo, this is the first time I'm actually succeeding online. This is the very first time that I'm having all these opt-ins going to my autoresponder. I'm actually building a list. I'm actually making sales, and that excites me because, I mean, I have success. I mean, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to brag about my success. I'm here really to help others to achieve, you know, the success that we are having with these systems. You see what I mean? So that's what makes me drive really to be here on this fine Saturday afternoon. You know, it's really to help people, man. So, and I know for a fact with this system we can definitely help people because we both of us have results,
right?
And we need to share our results, right? So there you go.
Absolutely. And also for the first time ever, and twice in the last 2 weeks, we've made the leaderboard. We've never made a leaderboard.
Can you imagine?
It's been unbelievable. I mean, we've been at this for a while, and just haven't been able to have consistent results. And I think, you know, having the lifeblood of any business online is traffic, and you need reliable, consistent results from something. And the source that you shared with me just is giving that consistency, and we're just going to grow it from there. I mean, this is just the start.
Absolutely.
So now we can, you know, the goal is to help others do the same, really.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, because we now we've got the formula. We now have the blueprint on how to do this. All we have to do now is just share it with as many people as we can.
Absolutely.
And there's a world of abundance right there. So there's no competition. I never see competition. Therefore, the reason why I'm not afraid to share my, whatever you want to call it, secrets or traffic sources or marketing strategy. I haven't got no problem with that because I'm always finding new ones anyway.
Right.
People, they think, oh, I've got this traffic strategy. I'm going to keep it to myself. I don't want to share that. Why? That's a lack. To me, that's you coming from a place of lack.
Right.
I don't have that problem. Every time I find something that works, I share with my team. And the reason why I do so It's because I want them to succeed, and it works for me. I want them. I want them to have it. I want them to succeed as well. And plus, I'm always finding new ones anyway. So there's never scarcity. It's funny how some people see it that way. There's, oh, if I'm gonna teach all my secrets, then it's not gonna work. Or it's gonna stop working. I don't see it from that point of view at all. I want to teach everything I know. I don't have a problem in people finding out exactly how I run my business, and I think that's the reason why you want me here today, right? Because you gotta obviously interview me and ask me how obviously I do what I do. So yeah, I'm here to serve, man. I'm a service or a servant-based leader. That's, if you want to call me that, I don't know, but I like to serve people. I like to serve others. So.
Yeah, one thing that I really admire about you, Paulo, you're very humble, and you're always willing to share and help teach anybody who reaches out to you, and that's a great quality that I really admire.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. I wasn't always this way, if I'm going to be honest with you. But it wasn't until I started having success that I've learned about giving, the power of just giving. And that could be money, could be your time, it could be your love, it could be anything. But if you want, what I'm trying to say, Chris, is if you want more of something, then give that something. So if it's money that you want, then give some money away. If it's more time that you want, then give more of your time away. So that's something. It's a law that I've learned. The more you give, the more it reciprocates, and the more it comes back at you. So
absolutely,
now I've learned that. So now all I want to do is give. You see, when I wasn't successful, and trust me, guys, I've been very, very unsuccessful for the longest time ever. It was because all I wanted was take, 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 take. I was trying to take. So I was like time vampire of people. I was always trying to take something of people. But when now I'm the opposite, and now I just give. So if I want more money, I give more money. If I want more time, I give more of my time. If I want help with certain things, I give my help, my time to other people. And guess what? He always comes back, because that's the way it works. So
yeah.
I can see you nodding, because you obviously you agree, because you understand how the law works. And yeah, so that's what I do, dude. And I love my work, man. What is it today? It's a Saturday. I could be with the family doing something, and here I am with you guys.
Yeah.
Just really. I mean, I'm not getting paid for being here. I'm not going to get any monetary benefit for being here. But I'm truly here just to give you from my heart. So I'm not here to promote anything, by the way. I'm not here to push you guys any programs or anything really. So I just want to inspire the people that are watching this, either live or on the recording, that you're on a good thing. For you here now, you follow Chris. He's a good leader. Listen to what Chris has to say, and you gotta have your breakthrough. Just the same way me and Chris had our breakthroughs as well.
Yeah.
So you gotta have your breakthrough as well. So I'm happy for you guys to be taking your time out, your time off, to be here and watching this either live or this recording. So I appreciate you for being here.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Hey, I know you're a big mindset guy, and I want to attribute, I think my breakthrough not only to leading us in the right direction, but I think I had a major mindset shift in the last few months. We both have the same mentor, and he preaches the 30-30-30. Listen to 30 minutes of audio every day, read for 30 minutes a day, do that 30 days in a row, and make it a habit. And I've been doing that for many, many years, but I don't think my mindset was quite in the right place. I was close, but not quite there. And one of our leaders recommended a book, so I'm always looking for great book ideas. I don't know about you, Paulo, but
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
so I had this book recommended to me. What on earth am I here for? Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren.
Yeah, I've got that, but on the audio. I listen to that all the time in the car.
This book is phenomenal. Really kind of changed my whole focus on the way I was thinking, and phenomenal book. So I think I attribute that to, I think before you can have your breakthrough, the first project, and I heard this from somebody years ago, is you. I know you talked about early on when you considered yourself a crap magnet, right?
Yes.
And I think a lot of us are in that boat. We don't realize it because it's what we're around, it's what we know. And until we learn to change our mindset a little bit, you need, you know, it's a minor adjustment, but you need to feed your mind, not only your body, but you need to feed your mind the right information.
You're absolutely right. So that's basically what changed everything for me, was the changing of my mindset. And I think that's one of the questions that you actually put out on Facebook that we was going to talk about tonight. You know, what made me really change in my business? And I have to say, hands down, it was all to do with mindset. So basically, what I did, Chris, very very briefly, because obviously we'll keep this webinar not for too long, is I had to change the habits that I had. Obviously, I had habits. I do you want to call it bad or good habits. To me, they were bad habits because they weren't serving me. And what I mean by that, they weren't. I wasn't achieving my goals. I wanted to be a successful entrepreneur. I wanted to work from home, for example, to be with my family, and I wasn't achieving that because everything that I touched, like you said, I was a crap magnet. Everything that I touched, it just didn't work. And I tried so many different things, and I tried so many different programs, and I tried so many different companies, and I failed at everything. And the reason why I failed at everything, guys, it was because I had bad habits, and I didn't have the right mindset, and I didn't believe in myself, and I had the blame the world syndrome. So I would blame my sponsor. Oh, I'm not making it in this company because my sponsor doesn't help me. Oh, I'm not making it in this company because, okay, we're going through a recession, it's bad economy, no one's got money. I was always finding an excuse outside myself without realizing that the real problem was really within me. It really was. And I didn't know that. And I didn't know that until I found a mentor, guys. And this is something that you guys really should pay attention to. The mindset is important and all that, but before even I go into mindset, the importance of finding a mentor, it was a life-changing moment for me, because all I was doing in the past was I was buying all these programs, I was buying all these courses and materials, but I was studying on my own, and I didn't really have a direction. I didn't really have the clarity on how to make it work. And it wasn't until I got a mentor, which is obviously the same mentor that me and Chris have, you know, a gentleman by the name of Vic Schreishaus. It wasn't until I met him, and he really gave me the clarity and the tools and the systems in place for me to follow. That's when my paradigm shift happened, really. And I got clarity on where I was and where I wanted to be. It's very, very important that you guys get this. So finding a mentor and then having the strategy and the steps to take in order to achieve your goals. And my strategy first was to change my mindset. That's the first thing I had to do. And like Chris said earlier about the 30-30-30, that still stands today. You know, I done that program, and for 30 days I was just reading, you know, obviously self-development books. You know, I wasn't reading any other books apart from that. I stopped watching TV, for example. I stopped watching the news, and all I was concentrating really was on this, on my mindset, and really working on myself. And then obviously I was given a goal sheet to fill in, because I'm a big believer in setting goals. So, and then it really just grew from there. My mindset, my the systems that obviously that I start following from Vic, and obviously the way lessons worked incredibly well. I think you have to mute yourself, Chris, because I'm hearing a lot of background noise. So I don't know if the listeners maybe can, yeah. I think that's better. So guys, really was all about having the right mentor. Was all about really working on a 30-30-30, which, by the way, if you guys don't know what that is, get in touch with Chris, because you follow Chris, and he's an incredible leader. Chris can actually explain to you what the 30-30-30 is. You know, I don't want to spend too much time here today just talking about the 30-30 rule, but it's something that absolutely changed my life, and it changed Chris's. So get in touch with Chris and ask Chris, what is the 30-30 rule that Paulo talks about? Guys, do that first, because that's the very first thing you need to do if you want to succeed in business, in any kind of business, by the way, not just online, but actually offline as well. If you do this and you work on your mindset and you create what I like to call the winner's mindset, and you create new habits, your life will change. And then you got to be ready to attach yourself to any business you like. It could be online, it could be what me and Chris do online, it could be anything else. But I tell you what, if you do this and you learn, obviously with the right mentor, how to market, you got to crash in any company. You can be on the leaderboards of any company just by applying these principles. I hope I'm making sense here, Chris.
Yeah, perfect sense. Sorry about that mic there. I didn't realize I thought I
Yeah, I
muted.
could hear a lot of background. So if I can hear, I'm sure the listeners can hear it as well. So.
Yeah, everybody, a bunch of people just came in the house. Well, of course,
No
while I'm on a webinar, right? That never happens.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's all good. We all a family here. I'm sure they don't mind.
Yeah. So, Paulo, for those people maybe who don't know you, I know you've had great success over the last three years, but 3
Yes.
years ago, where were you 3 years ago? What changed to get you where you are today?
Yeah, good question. I mean, 3 years ago, I was in the printing industry. I was a printer for like 20 years. My background is I'm an immigrant. I'm Portuguese, by the way. Arrived in the UK, United Kingdom, when I was 18 with no skills, really. I think I just barely managed to finish college. So I didn't have a college or a university degree of any kind. And all I did was just manual work. Because I couldn't even speak English when I first arrived in England. I was 18. I think I had about $200 in my pocket, and I couldn't speak a word of English. So all I did really, in order to survive, was I worked in McDonald's, just manual labor, really. I worked in bars while I was learning English. My mindset was very, very poor. I mean, I was very, very negative, very, very negative. And then I got this job as a printer, which obviously I worked. My industry or my background is really, printing, and I worked there for 20 years. But I knew there was more to life than just, be a printer and work in a job. If I'm completely honest, that I didn't even enjoy it. I didn't enjoy what I did for a living. I did it because I was a family man. I had 2 kids. I had to put food on the table, and I had to go to work. But to be honest with you, that wasn't my calling in life. I was very, very unfulfilled and unhappy. And then I became depressed and all these crazy things that happened in my life. And I was broke because I was doing something that I absolutely hated. I detested what I did for a living. So waking up in the morning at 5:30 in the morning to go into work for a 12-hour shift, it was a drag. And I didn't enjoy that. And life wasn't fulfilling. And I didn't have even enough money to last me for the end of the month to pay all the bills. Can you imagine that? Being unfulfilled, depressed, working all these hours, and then guess what? Not even having enough money to get me through the month. I thought, I gotta change this. There's something here not quite right, because I'm working my ass off. I actually had, believe it or not, I've achieved something in that company. I was a boss for that company as well. But I just couldn't make it. I just don't know why I wasn't fulfilled with the position. I wasn't fulfilled with the work, and I wasn't even getting paid enough. So I had to change that. So to cut a long story short, I started looking for something that I would enjoy. And I jot down on a piece of paper, what do I like? What I needed clarity, because I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what's the purpose of being here. Okay, I'm here. I'm on this planet. Okay, I've got a family. What else is the purpose? How can I make myself a better person, a better family man, a better father, even to my children, and have the fulfillment in my life? What's my calling in life? That's what I'm trying to say. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't have any purpose. All I knew was I wanted to make money, but is it really just the money? So I started digging into, what do I really want, and I came to across internet marketing because I liked working online. I liked working from home. I had this idea that one day I would be an internet entrepreneur, and I would make all these millions. So first thing that I got was to get clear on what I wanted. And I really urge you guys to be clear as well on what you want. So that was my aha moment, was I started having some clarity on what I wanted to do with my life and for a living, and what would make me happy. And working from home in my pajamas in front of a computer and be able to take my kids to school and back and be around my kids and my family, that, that was a good clarity. So I started working towards that. And for the longest time, I was still working in this printing company. I did that for like 8 years while I was still working online, trying to find something that would work for me and get me out of this rat race, or whatever you want to call it. I was very, very unsuccessful. Why? Because, as I said earlier, because I didn't have the mindset, because I didn't have a mentor, because I didn't have a system in place. So I just kept jumping from one program to another because my mindset was all wrong. And I didn't believe in myself. And I had the blame the world mentality. So I had all the wrong things going on in my head. So what changed for me, to answer your question finally, Chris, because I wanted to give you a bit of background, was when I met this mentor. When I met this guy, and believe you me, I met many other mentors that it didn't work. I didn't gel with them, but this guy, I just gelled with him, and he had everything I wanted. He was a very successful, multimillionaire. Obviously, the same mentor as you have, Vic Schreishaus. And I just wanted everything that this guy had. I loved the way he thought. I loved the way he talked, and his view and his vision about life. I loved everything. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to stick with this man, and I'm going to listen to him. And if he tells me to do A, I'm going to do A, not do A and then I'm going to go and do B. No, I did exactly what he told me to do. And the very first thing, guys, that he asked me to do was to do the 30-30-30 rule, was to start with the mindset and start reading these books and do it for 30 days. And guess what? I did that, and I didn't stop. And by the end of the 30 days, I can't say obviously that my life changed straight away. I became this, successful straight away, and $1 million came out of the sky. No, of course not. It took me longer than that. But I'll tell you something that happened though within those 30 days. I start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And what I mean by that was my mindset started changing. I had actually people telling me that they could see something different within me, which gave me the belief that this was working, and I went beyond the 30 days. Obviously, I just carry on with that program. I never stopped, because all it is, the 30 days really is creating a habit in your mind, which you probably don't have. I didn't have that habit because I never used to read any books whatsoever. So I didn't have that habit. So what the 30 days, and the reason why it's called the 30 days, it's to create a habit in your mind. Again, we creatures of habits. And the reason why you're probably listening here and you're here today and you don't have maybe the success that you're entitled to is because of your habits. It's really as simple as that. We are creatures of habits. So the 30-30-30, what you will do for you, you will install in you a new habit. And once you install this new habit, you will start seeing new things happening in your life. Because let me tell you something, guys. If you're not going to change your habits, if you're not going to change the way you think, nothing's going to happen in your life. I can promise you that. I guarantee you. If you do the same thing like you've just been doing for, and you carry on doing the same thing for the rest of your life, you're not going to have a breakthrough, and nothing will change in your life. You see, I wanted to become an entrepreneur. I wanted to make $1 million and all that online, but yet I wasn't prepared to change. So I kept doing the same thing every single day, expecting a different result. How does that work? It's not logic, right? So you cannot carry on doing the same thing every day and then expect a different result. So what you need to do right now is draw a line in the sand, and everything that you've been doing up till now, up until today, up until this hour that you're listening to this webinar, is think, okay, Paulo said something that I need to get my breakthrough. I need to change. Once you start realizing that you need to change, your mind will be open to a new chapter in your life. And the new chapter in your life will be changing your mindset. Even before you think about marketing and joining any company or whatever, that will come later. Success online, my friends, if I can sincerely say, 80% is mindset. Only 20% is the mechanics. Only 20% is the marketing, the traffic, and the company, whatever the company you will join. That doesn't matter. If you change this first, that's your 80%. That's the bulk of the success, really. It's here. And if you guys get back to Chris and ask, Chris, What book shall I read? What is the 30-30 rule that Paolo was talking about? Because apparently that changed him, and it changed you as well, Chris. How do I go on about it? Chris can teach you that. It takes you'll take me 5-10 minutes to teach maybe a kid of 10 years old, just to explain to them how to operate the 30-30 rule. It's really not difficult. It's simple, but yet so impactful, and it can change your life like it did mine. And I'm sorry if I am going for too long to answer your question, but I just wanted to give you a bulk of what I went through, what I was, the most negative person ever, by the way. If you'd have met me 4 years ago, I was very, very negative. Again, blaming the people, blaming the sponsor, blaming my parents because they didn't give me the right education, blaming the government because, you know, that's why we broke, right? Because of the economy. Nothing to do with that. Guys, once you take responsibility yourself for everything, from now, I don't blame anybody. Even when my ego tells me I'm right, oh, Paul, you're right, and I don't care. I take responsibility for everything right now. Everything that goes wrong to me, and trust me, there's still things that goes wrong for me, you know. Although I see all the success and whatever, there's still things that don't work for me. But I always take responsibility for everything, and I always look from a bird's eye view. I look at problems from a completely different perspective right now, you know, due to the fact that I changed my mindset, due to the fact that I've got the winner's mindset right now. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. You gotta get the winner's mindset, because when you get the winner's mindset, everything you touch, I can't say everything will touch to gold because that sounds cliche. Not everything you touch will turn into gold, but I tell you what, a lot of the things you will turn into gold. And you start having successes, and you will start having your breakthroughs, and people will start looking at you differently, think, wow, this guy looks different. There's an aura about you. You know, people are attracted to leaders and winners and all that. And for you to become a leader, you need to start working on your mindset first, and then you'll become one. Trust me on this, because I had lots of self-limited beliefs, thinking, who's going to listen to me? I'm a Portuguese immigrant. My English is not perfect. I've got an accent. People won't understand me. So I had all these BS excuses about why people will listen to me, and why I will never be a leader one day, and why I will never speak from stages one day, because I had all these crazy excuses in my head, when really there's nothing to do with that. It was all about me and my self-limited beliefs. So guys, you can smash all those. Trust me. Can I tell you something? If I can do this, listen to me very carefully, because I'm a simple guy. You know, I'm a simple Joe, so to speak. If I can do this, trust me, you can do it 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better, because really, I am nothing special. I really ain't. I just apply these principles that I learned from my mentor. None of this stuff that I'm telling you guys here today is from me, by the way. I've learned this stuff from my mentor. So again, guys, I really urge you to get a mentor, by the way. Getting a mentor, it will really compress all the years of like failure into success. So Chris, I don't know, have I gone off track here? Have I answered your question?
No, that's great, Paulo. You could go on all day. I could listen to you all day long. You just full of knowledge, golden nuggets all over the place. Hopefully everybody's catching all this stuff and taking good notes. So I'm hearing two things over and over again here: mentor and mindset. Okay, I haven't heard you talk at all about marketing technique or traffic or anything like that. The two biggest things I'm hearing are mentor and mindset.
If people can get this, man, because the marketing, we can do another webinar that I just come in and just talk about marketing. That's easy. The marketing bit, it's not the hardest thing, because if you do it properly, you will see results. But if you don't get this right, all I'm trying to do here with your followers, Chris, is create the foundation so they can go into business in the right way, or start a business with the right foot. It's like building, let me give this analogy, because Vic always gives this analogy, and I think it's great, which is the analogy of creating a blueprint for business, the right blueprint, which is, if you want to build a skyscraper, I mean, I'm not in construction, but all I know is this: when you build a skyscraper, the first thing you do is dig this hole on the ground, a very deep hole on the ground, right? Before you start building the structure and start building the skyscraper. Because if you don't build, if you don't dig this huge hole on the ground, what's going to happen to the skyscraper? Eventually it will collapse, right? An earthquake or something, a natural disaster, and bam, you will collapse. But if you build it with the right foundation, with this huge, big, deep hole on the ground, guess what? That skyscraper will actually stand still no matter what. And this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. If you build your business, in any kind of business, by the way, it doesn't have to be online, but even offline, it doesn't matter. But if you want to build your business this way, with the mindset, with the right mentor, the right strategy, and clarity. What I mean by clarity is knowing where you are right now and where you want to be, with your goal sets, with your all your goals written down, and knowingly this is where I am right now, and I'm broke, and I'm depressed, and this and that. It doesn't matter. But if you know where you are right now, and then you know where you want to be, and with clear written goals, with the right strategy and the right mentor, I can't guarantee that obviously you will succeed, because that's wrong of me to say that, because I don't know who you are. But very, very likely that you will succeed, though. I can clearly say that without breaking any laws here. You can because I've done it. I'm not speaking from theory. I'm speaking from experience. And I'm only telling you and sharing with you guys the stuff that I had to do. And I can sincerely say from my heart, if you guys follow these simple strategies, you too can have success. And then you can join whatever the company is, whatever the deal is, and you will make a killing there. It has happened. I've seen it happening all the time to people. I've seen it happening to my students. It has happened to me, and it can happen to you, because we are not different from anybody else. Me and Chris, we're just people like you are. We really are. But we apply these strategies, and we work hard, because there's hard work involved. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't think for a minute that there isn't hard work involved in any business. There is. You guys have to work. You have to apply yourselves and study, because there's a learning curve, and really work hard towards it. But the rewards that you're going to get in return, you guys, you will be worthwhile. It really is. And then something else that I would like just to add, Chris, if you don't mind, a little bit off topic, but it's for you guys to find a purpose of why you're doing this. See, I thought that my purpose for doing this was just to make money. Oh, I just want to make money. Why? Because I was very selfish. I was trying to protect myself and my family, because we were broke and we had money problems. All I wanted to come into this industry was just to make money. And let me tell you something. It wasn't the money I wanted, after all. And I want you guys to connect with your inner core of why do you want to do this? Because if you just got to do it for the money, you probably will give up after a while, because it gets tough sometimes. And I had very, very many difficulties in the beginning. When I first started online, I had to go through some problems. I hit some walls. But once I realized, and this is to me $1 million idea there for you guys. Once you understand your purpose, and let me share with you what my purpose is now, so you guys have an understanding and probably open your mind to what I'm saying, is my purpose now is to help as many people as I can. And it's not the money anymore. Because you know why? When you do something out of love, yes, you heard me right. I use the word love. When you do something out of love for people, and you really want to help people, and you love what you do, and guys, trust me, I love what I do. I really don't have to be here. Trust me, I've got other things to do, but I'm here really out of love, because I'm not selling you anything. Am I? Am I here to sell you anything? And I don't think Chris has asked me to come here. Paulo, can you come here and sell some stuff to my followers? I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here out of love for you guys, because I want to help you. And guess what, guys? When you do stuff out of love, out of your heart, and you really want to help people, guess what? Anything that you touch, you will always do well. And then the money, don't worry about the money. The money will follow. Does that make sense? When you do something out of love for people and you want to help them, people will chase you down and they will want to give you their money anyway, if that makes sense. You will always be the best that you can, or you will always be at your best in anything that you touch, because you do it out of love. So in this industry, the reason why I love internet marketing is because I'm in love with internet marketing. And what I mean by that, I'm in love in helping people. So I don't call it work anymore. I get up in the morning with a big smile on my face because I don't have to get up for work. You guys understand that? I don't work. This is not work. Although I like to think myself as a hard worker, and I've got a sick work ethic, by the way, because I work long hours, but it's really not work. You see how I turn it upside down and it's not work? I don't call it work. I call this my passion. Helping others, training people, mentoring people. It's not work. It's a passion that I've got. And once you do something out of passion, you find your purpose, you will not work a day more in your life. Does that make sense? You know, when they say, find your purpose, you never work a day in your life. So true. I know it sounds cliche. Guys, so true. So don't come into this just for the money. I did. I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I don't judge people, but I'm just telling you, I'm compressing my experience of, like, for the past 4 years, I've had all this success, and I've been successful, into you guys, or in 60 minutes, I can give you and share with you what really worked for me. So I came in for the money, but really, it wasn't the money, really. It was the passion about helping others. And once you guys get that, everything will change, because then you'll be operating from a true core. You'll be working from your heart, and you will working with passion, and people will be attracted to you, because you won't be selling anything. You're not selling it anymore, are you? You're just sharing. You see the difference? So you won't be asking people to join me. Oh, join me, join my business. You won't be desperate. You'll be chill out. You'll be calm, because you're coming from a place of servitude. And I think we were talking about this earlier, where I was telling this Chris that I like to be of service to others. This is why I'm here today. Once you come from a place of servitude, of being of service to others, you know, you'll become a magnet. You'll be magnetizing people. Not in a bad way, not hypnotizing, but magnetizing. So you'll be a people's magnet. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, so people will be looking for you. Instead of you looking for people, that's what I'm trying to say. People will be looking for you, if that makes sense. And obviously this takes a while for you to become that, but you can become that. And it didn't take me that long, really, to do the things that I do right now. And every day I get people approaching me via various, ways, either email or Skype or the social media platforms, always reaching out to me saying, can you help me? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? I need your help. Not the other way around, not me going after people all the time. I do that as well because I'm an entrepreneur. Obviously, I advertise. I'm not saying I don't do those things, but I have a lot of people chasing me as well. And the way it's done is by just become of service, learn stuff, attend events, for example, buy courses, buy materials that will elevate your knowledge so you can teach others. So I'm sorry I've gone for too long right now, Chris. So I'm gonna let you jump in and do your thing, and I'll take maybe a water break.
Paul, that's awesome. I agree with what you said 100%. It's all about helping other people. So I just caught something. So you went from a crap magnet to a people magnet.
Yes,
right?
You can say, you put it beautifully. Yeah, I like that.
Right? That's condensing it way down, right?
Yeah, he did, man. And again, it doesn't take long for everyone here to do it themselves. Some people do it quicker. Actually, it took me longer than 30 days, by the way. I don't want you guys to think that in 30 days my life changed. It actually didn't. But because I started feeling so good, my depression, another thing I haven't even told you guys, I was depressed. My depression was gone. So that alone, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to stop this. Are you crazy? There's no way that I'm going to stop doing this. And I went beyond the 30 days. And did I become a successful entrepreneur and start making millions after 30 days? No, actually, for a few months, nothing happened with money. I was still broke. But guess what? Slowly, the craziest things starting to happen. Like, I started meeting the right people. I started surrounding myself with like-minded people. Good things start happening to me. Deals start coming my way. I can't even start to explain to you guys the breakthroughs I had beyond those 30 days. And then It was like the pieces of the puzzle, they just came together and it just gelled. And then I had my aha moment, and I went, aha, okay. Took me a while to get it, but once you get it, guys, and once you understand this principle of changing your mindset and understanding law of attraction and all that, whatever energy you focus on, it's what you get back. Your life can really, really change. That is why I'm putting so much emphasis on the mindset stuff and not so much on the marketing right now. Okay, it's because if you get this right, if you get the mindset stuff right, and you really work towards that, changing your habits and changing your mindset, you're gonna have so many breakthroughs in your life, from money to personal relationships, anything. Your life can really change. And Chris, you know that. You're nodding because you know you're congruent with my message, right? I'm making sense. It's because you've seen it yourself.
Yep, absolutely.
So, there you go.
Absolutely. Wow, this is powerful stuff, Paulo. I really, I'm sure everybody here appreciates it. Yeah, people in the chat loving what you're saying too, by the way, Paulo. I don't know if you can
Because
see
they
that or
know
not.
it's true. You know, I'm not an actor.
Nope.
And I don't operate from a theory perspective. Oh, I read this book. Apparently, if you guys do this, it will. I read stuff and then I apply it. And if it works for me, I share it with the world. Again, it's all about sharing. And everything that I'm telling you guys here today, I've learned it from a very, very successful person. Very successful person. Someone that is my role model, someone that I want to become one day. I want to be up there. So all I do really, I just follow what this person told me to do. And I urge you guys just to do the same. If I'm making sense to you guys, just do it. Do it, whatever you got to lose. Because up until now, you're here for a reason. It's because you aren't happy with your present situation. Let's put it this way. So I hope I'm shocking you to make a move and try something new. Because if you carry on doing the same thing again and you're not going to change anything, nothing's going to happen. So just change. Just really see this as a game and go and do it. And do it for 30 days. What have you got to lose for 30 days? Just go and do it. And you got to see the results by the end of 30 days. You got to feel different. So there you go. So that's my experience. That's how I changed my belief system. That's how I became successful. Yes, I had the mentor to teach me all these things, but you've got a wonderful mentor here with Chris. Chris can really show you this. Chris, you could do just a webinar for your peeps, man, for your followers, just teaching the 30-30-30 rule. Just that alone is a subject for a webinar. And you could do it in half an hour. You could teach everybody. You know, telling them which books to start reading, what audios to go for, what videos to go for, you know, not to whine for 30 days, not to watch any TV, not to listen to any news, not to read any newspapers. That can be really compressed just to that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so important that people know about this, because that's really the secret for me. So when people ask me, what's my secret? That is my secret. It's because I changed my mindset. It's because I changed my belief system. And now I believe in myself so much, when before I had no self-worth. My belief system was very, very low. So now my belief system is huge. Why? Because I've learned from these books. I've learned from my mentor to have self-worth and obviously have the clarity of where you want to be. Now I know exactly where I want to be. I know my purpose. Very important that you guys know this. Very important that you guys connect with your core, with what I want. What do I want? And start thinking. Start asking yourself questions. Is it just money? What can money bring me? Okay, money can bring me this. Why? Just keep going. Why? And just take all the layers out and find out the core. What's your core belief, or why are you here for? You know. And trust me, it won't be money in the end. I thought it was for me. I thought it was money, but it's not. So there you go, guys. That's really what I'm here today. It's just to give you a paradigm shift, really. And if you guys take this on board, it can really change your lives. You really can. And I've seen it happening to many, many people that I've mentored over the years. I've seen their lives change. And they call me a month, 2 months later to tell me their breakthroughs. And it never stops me getting gobsmacked with their stories. Although I know this stuff works. But still, when they come back to me and tell me these stories and tell me their breakthroughs, I am still surprised. I'm like, wow, this stuff really works. And I love listening from people that do this stuff, and then they come back to me and say, Paolo, thank you so much for me introducing me to this system, because it really works. And what it does to me, it reminds me of what I know already. I love it. And it never gets boring. Never, because it's just a reminder. It just keeps coming back at me saying, oh yeah, this stuff really works. I don't know why it works or how it works. It's like electricity. I use it, but I don't know. Don't ask me to explain electricity to you, because I don't know how to explain it. But I use it all the time. I use it every day, and it works. So the same with law of attraction. That's what I like to call it. It's law of attraction. It's a law. It's there. It's invisible. I don't see it, but it works. You don't have to believe it. Like you don't have to believe, for example, gravity, right? Gravity is there. It works all over the world. I don't care what country you are right now. You could be in China. I'll tell you something. If you jump from a high building, you got to hit that ground, even if you are in China, because gravity works everywhere in the world. But can you explain gravity? Can you see it? I can't see it, but I respect it. I've got a highly respect for gravity. Guys, the same with law of attraction. It's there. You don't have to believe it. It's invisible, right? It's always working. So if you choose to, believe in positive things and give out positive stuff and serve others and give your time, then you got to get a lot back, because that's how law of attraction works. And another thing that I would like just to tell to the listeners as well is to watch this wonderful movie called The Secret. And I'm sure a lot of people here online, they already know about it, but go and watch it again. I watch it all the time. And by the way, I'm not here to say that I'm this huge guru, that I've got everything right going on in my life. I don't. I'm still learning. And I still watch The Secret again and again and again, because I need that reminder in my life. And guys, remember, there's a lot of negativity out there. I like to call it, it's a battlefield out there. It's a war. Every time you leave the house, you're going into war. You need to understand that. What I mean by that is there's so much negativity in this world. You stand in line to go to a post office or a bank or whatever, and there's people talking about how bad the world is. Subconsciously or consciously, you might not even listening to that, but your subconscious mind is picking up all these signals. It's picking up the TV stations. It's picking up people talking about how bad the world is. So you've got to take your medicine, your mindset. You need to, this is why I do mine in the morning. You need to start reading and do your mindset in the morning, because you getting yourself ready. You know what you're really doing? You putting your body armor to go to war, because when you leave that house and you go outside, and sometimes your war is even in the house, because your spouse or your family are being negative. So you always constantly need to do your mindset stuff, and you need to keep positive, because if you don't, listen, this is like taking a shower. You need to shower every day, right? So it's not like you take a shower one day and then you don't need to shower for a month. Oh, I've taken a shower now. No, you need to shower every day, right? Because you need to keep your body clean, right? The same with mindset. So don't think for a minute you do this 30-day thing and then I'm done for the rest of my life. It's not like that. But I tell you what, you'll enjoy it, because it's got to give you, it's like a new way of life. It's like a new belief, and you got to be happy, and you will know how to face problems in a better way, and you will get results and answers to those problems, because you will learn how to deal with them in a much better way. So with that said, Chris, I hope I'm making sense, and I'm gonna shut up now.
Like I said, Paulo, I can listen to you all day, but I do want to wrap this up. So, Paulo, every week I give people a homework assignment. So this week I'm going to let you give people a homework assignment. So for the people out there listening today,
yeah,
what thing would you recommend they do within the next week?
First of all, I would recommend them to follow somebody, follow a mentor. That would be number one. But I would really urge people to get in touch with you and get the 30-30-30 rule in writing. Paolo spoke a lot about this 30 days thing. What is that? I would really urge people to come back to you and ask you if you don't mind, how to run this, because you got to create a bond with your listeners, and obviously this is your people. I believe it will be better to come from you, if that's okay. I would ask people to come back to you and ask you, Paulo talked a lot that what changed his life was this 30 rule. Chris, what is the 30 rule all about? And then you can go back to them and explain to them what it is. Homework, I would definitely connect with the core of your why. And there's a wonderful book by a guy called Simon Sinek called Starts With Why. I would urge your listeners to go out and get that book from Amazon. You can buy it secondhand for like, I don't know, $5. That book changed my life. And let me explain to you briefly why. I used to start all these crazy different programs, business opportunities, and I had what I like to call the shiny object syndrome. I would start something, not make $1 million in 3 weeks, stop, start something else, and then jump from one thing to another. Why? Because I wasn't connected with my why. I didn't know why I was doing what I was doing. So this book by Simon Sinek, and it's called Start With Why. Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And if you guys get that from Amazon.com, that will be the best thing you guys can do right now to connect with your why, and will be your home assignment, like Chris said, for you guys to do. So I would get that book and read it, and that could be actually your first book for the 30 days that Chris will explain to you what it's all about. Read that book. It can really change your life, because it changed mine. And that book stopped me giving up, because I would always give up, Oh, I'm not making $1 million in 7 days, give up and start something else. What that book taught me was to connect with my why and never give up. And right now, the reason why I'm having success right now is because I don't give up on anything I touch. I don't give up. So that would be my home assignment, to get this book and really read it and apply to it, and just make notes, and then just take action.
Thank you, Paul. That's awesome. I do have that book, but now that I hear you mention it again, I think I'm going to reread it.
Wonderful book.
And I'm going to take your recommendation and I'll do a whole webinar just on the 30-30-30.
Please do. Yeah, absolutely. And do it soon as well, because then it's a continuation of what we spoke about. So people now heard me saying, okay, this guy, they know I've got success, because otherwise they wouldn't be here. So all they have to do now is, okay, the reason for his success was this 30 rule thing. I want to learn it. And all you have to do now, Chris, is within a few days, do that webinar and teach people how to do the 30-30-30. Because it really works. It really can change people's lives. I've seen it happening. I've seen it happening all the time, and it's happened to me. And I want your people to learn this. So there you go.
Thank you, Paulo. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time today. Tons of golden nuggets. Hopefully everybody took good notes out there. I'm going to wrap it up. Before I go, I usually have these every Saturday. Next week, I'm going to be switching it up a little bit. So next week, we're going to do Thursday night at 8 p.m. And actually, I'm going to be meeting with some fellow marketers. We're going to be looking at perpetual traffic formula. So, Paulo, I know without traffic, your business is basically dead. So that's kind of the lifeblood. It's kind of like oxygen or money. You can't live long without it. So you always need to be looking at different things, and you need a couple different traffic tools in your tool belt, right?
Absolutely. It's the blood of your business, really. Without traffic, you're not going to have any success. You need traffic. I like to call it the 3 pillars of success. 1, to be the mindset. Again, guys, I'm sorry I keep going on about mindset, but number 1 is mindset. Number 2 is traffic. You need traffic for your business. And number 3, you need the product to sell. Obviously, this webinar I'm not here to explain to you the other 2, but traffic, mindset, and the product. If you've got those 3 things, and the product is good, the traffic is good, and you've got the right mindset, that to me, it's the 3 things you need to have success online. I don't like to make things complicated and tell you need 7, 8, 10 things, because you really don't. If you get these 3 things right, oh my gosh, you can have a lot of success. And it's only those 3 things. So if you master those 3, guys, you can have sky's the limit. You can have any success you want. That's all I did, guys. Again, I'm very simple. I like things to be very simple in my business, and all I did was to master those 3 things. So there you go.
All right. Thank you, Paulo. I think we're going to wrap it up. And I really appreciate you coming on today. I know that you got a lot of things going on. There's many other things you could have been doing today, but I really appreciate you coming out and sharing what's really changed your life and what people can model to have success in their own business.
I appreciate you for having me here. I appreciate you as well for having me here. And thanks very much for watching this. And if you're watching this recording, just take some notes and really take action. And again, I'm blessed to be here. Thanks very much for listening to me today. I appreciate you. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.